So if you're on social media, then you've most likely heard about the Mike Brown, Eric Garner, and the most recent Paris shootings. All of these events are put in the category of racism in our country and around the world today. The Mike Brown trial was very controversial. Let me give you a rundown on the events and the outcome. So what happened with Mike Brown is he was walking on the street with his friend, and during this time a police officer came up and asked him to get on the sidewalk. When Mike Brown refused, the officer got out of his car and shot Mike Brown as he ran away multiple times, even though he had his hands up. That is the report of Mike Brown's friend, the witness. But the police officer had a totally different story. And the reason this is so controversial, the two stories, is that there was no dash cam from the police officer and no videos from the nearby stores. When the man who killed Mike Brown was put on trial, he was not charged or even put in jail. This is a very big problem because it was an unarmed teen and he was black. This is a problem in our nation today. Obama even says that the police force is not treating minorities correctly. Now to the Eric Garner case. So basically what went down was in New York City, Eric Garner had been selling untaxed cigarettes. The police found him, and when they did, he started to resist arrest, but not in a violent way. He was using his words, and he said, "Every time y'all see me, you try to arrest me." Finally, a police officer came up from behind him, and they put his left arm around his neck and started to put him in a chokehold. The really big problem with this is the chokehold is illegal for the NYPD. The biggest problem, however, is that they choked him to death. The man who choked Eric Garner to death after he said, "I can't breathe," 11 times, was not indicted. Now with this going down around the same time as the Michael Brown trial and Eric Garner, his trial going to the grand jury, this is a big problem. All over the U.S., people are rioting and just protesting. The Emancipation, which was issued by Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, was the start to end racism. Abraham Lincoln made a big step because most people back then owned slaves and plantations, and they basically used African Americans to do all of their work everywhere. There's not much that's being done about this issue, but there are marches and other things to bring awareness to people who are ignorant and don't see the problems they are causing. What can be done about it is just what they're doing right now, the marches and everything, and trying to get people to not be racist and stuff like that, and try to get equality for all the races and genders and stuff. And there's not really a solid solution because you can't keep people from doing an action.